Hi, myself Praveen. Today I am going to explain about Microsoft licensing basics. What does the Microsoft sells? The rights to use a software. They are providing a rights in the form of license. Via license, they will give the rights. So here there are types of license: device license, client access license, management license, external connector license, processor based license, subscription license. There are 6 types of license. So we are going to go through one by one. First is device license. What do you mean by device license? For example, we are going to purchase a desktop as well as one server. For that particular desktop, I'm going to purchase Windows 7 operating system. For that, I need one license. That license is used to run Windows 7 in that particular desktop. Similarly, for MS Office also, I should purchase the license. So that is we can call as device license. Similarly, in server also, we should buy server license. If I'm going to install Exchange license, that and all we can call as device license. So here, if I want to access Exchange server from client to a server, for accessing purpose, I should purchase a license. That is we can call as CAL, client access license. So here licensing server access, just a pick to understand the scenario. For example, here we have normal server. For that also we should purchase a license. Here we included Exchange. For that also we should purchase a license for accessing. Here we placed SQL server. For that also we should have a license. You can see here, this is we can call as accessing license. For Windows also you need license. For Exchange access also you need license. For accessing server also you need, SQL server also you need a license. So this is we can call as server and client model, licensing model. A client access license called as CAL allows the client to access the services of the server. Many Microsoft products are licensed in this way by a server license for the server machine and a client license as called as CAL. That means client access license. This is known as server and CAL license or server and CAL licensing model. We can call like that also. So while purchasing server and CAL model, you can purchase either based on per user or based on per device. Based on user, if you purchase, what will be advantage? I can use multiple device because the license is based on user. So I can use that for multiple device. For example, I can use for mobile, laptop, for desktop also. The device based license, if you purchase, it will be used for a particular device. It will be fixed. You cannot use for some other devices. But multiple user can use it. For rotational shift companies, it will be useful. So in this CAL license, you have two types. One is standard CAL license and standard and enterprise CAL license. If you purchase standard CAL license, you will get a limited feature access. If you want to use fully feature, you should purchase standard and enterprise CAL license. I can give an example, SharePoint and Exchange server for this licensing. So example option for Exchange server 2010, Outlook, OVA and mobile based accessing mails. This and all, if you have standard license, it's more than enough, it will work. For example, Outlook voice access should happen. So you should have standard and enterprise CAL license. Then only it's possible for accessing the then only it is possible for utilizing fully feature. So this is about your standard and enterprise CAL licensing. That is about your CAL licensing concept. Next we can discuss about management license. Mainly it is introduced for SE concept, SE topic, that means system configuration. In system configuration you have many product, configuration manager, operation manager, virtual machine manager, like this. Based on that, for that particular application only, they introduced management license. For example, this is your SCOM, System Center Operation Manager. So, which helps to monitor the clients as well as server. For that, to maintain, to monitor, you need management license from server. For client, to manage client, you need CML, that we can call as client management license. If you want to monitor server, you should have SML, that we can call as server management license. So in this also you have two types. That is about your standard server and enterprise server. That means standard SML and enterprise SML. If you have a standard SML, you can monitor only operating system level. If you have enterprise SML, you can monitor including application. So that will be a difference. It depends upon the need which management license you should purchase. So I can give a best example is SCOM, SCCM, SCVMM. For this purpose, they will use management license. So what we were discussed about single licensing, concept of management license, what and what. But while purchasing a license, nobody will purchase single license if it is in a big companies. So Microsoft introduced a suite in the sense package. That means you have two package, Microsoft Core Cal Suite and Microsoft Enterprise Cal Suite. So Core Cal Suite consists of this many Cal licenses: Windows Server Cal license, Link Server, that is now renamed as Skype Business Server. So Exchange Standard, SharePoint, SCCM, and Endpoint Security. This and all will be available. If you buy one more package, that means next level package of Enterprise, you will get added Cal license for Operation Manager, Data Protection Manager, Virtual Machine Manager. For that and all, you will get the Cal license. So the company can buy a full package. So this is about your Cal suite. So next we are going to discuss about external connector license. That indicates you have a server, you are going to access from external, from public network. Even your user should be licensed. It should be a device license or user license. Then only you can access from public. So that is about your external connector licensing. I can give a best example about your Windows Server 2008 R2 as well as Exchange Server 2010. It's a best example for this licensing. Next you have processor based licensing. So it depends on the processor. If I have in my server, if I have 4 processor, I should buy 4 licensing. If I have 8 processor, I should buy 8 licensing. So it is a processor based licensing. So in this, what is the advantage? If you have a processor based licensing, no need of taking user cal or a device cal. If you buy processor license, it's more than enough. Default, you will get user cal as well as device cal. So here I can give a best example of processor license for your SQL server. For SQL server, they will do processor based licensing. Next, I'm going to explain about subscription license. Nowadays, all the applications are running on cloud. So here everything should be subscription. Everything should be subscribed. So based on the agreement for 1 year, 2 year, you should subscribe. Example, I can give you a best example: Office 365, Windows Intune, example Windows Azure. This and all subscription only. In this, there are 2 types. One is USL, that means user subscription license, and DSL, device subscription license. Based on the need, based on the application, which product you are going to buy from the cloud. So based on that, you can select whether you want user based or device based. So until now, what we learned about licensing. So next we are going to discuss about types of buying a licensing. While buying, what and all types we have? So you have 3 types. One is retail, OEM and volume license. Under volume license, we have open license, open value, select plus license, enterprise agreement and online services. This also we are going to discuss one by one. So first, we are going to discuss about retail. It is mainly used for home user and small business purpose. And it has an option of upgrading the licenses. That means you can upgrade the operating system. So you can buy SA within 90 days, software assurity. What do you mean software assurity? For example, if you buy after buying a license, you can buy a software assurity within 90 days. Then the agreement up to 2 years it will be available. That means when you buy a license from that particular date to up to next 2 year, whatever next version they are going to release, that will be free of cost. You can upgrade without paying. After expiring of SA, the upgradation will not be available. You should purchase it. So that is the advantage of SA, software assurance. So next is about here, there is no downgrade rights. You don't have downgrade rights. Microsoft will provide a support, one more advantage. Then one more thing is most expensive. And last option is perpetual use. What do you mean perpetual use? That indicates if you take a agreement, okay, there are two things. One is perpetual use and non-perpetual use. That means perpetual use in the sense, after expiring the agreement, then also I can use the application until I need. Non-perpetual user in the sense, until the agreement is available, only up to there you can use that particular application. After expiring of agreement, you should renew it by paying the money. So that is we can call as non-perpetual use. Best example for non-perpetual use is cloud-based subscription and all we are doing, right? For example, Office 365, I will do an agreement up to 2 years. After 2 years agreement, I should renew it. So that is we can call as non-perpetual use. Perpetual in the sense, I have a Windows 7, I will purchase a license, I can use how long I need, I can use it. There is no restriction that up to 3 years only, 4 years only. Okay. So even though after the agreement expire also, I can use it. But what is the disadvantage of expiring the agreement? I won't get a free upgradation. That will be a problem. So next we are going to discuss about OEM license. So here only with new PC it will be available. Most cost effective, downgrade rights available, and you will get fully operating system, no upgradation option, supported by a system builder. What do you mean by supported by a system builder? For example, I am going to purchase a laptop from HP with Windows 8 or 8.1 or Windows 10. If I am facing any kind of issues in Windows 8 or Windows 10, I should take a support from HP only. I cannot contact Microsoft. So that is about supported by system builders only. And one more point, specific to the PC only. You cannot use that license for some other PC. And even you cannot transfer this OS to another PC. And here also you can use for 3 times. After 3 times it will be expired. Fine, that indicates formatting. After formatting you will put one license, and once again you will do format, and once again you will put up to 3 times it will be valid. More than 3 times if you try to do, it will be invalid license. That is about your OEM. So here we are going to discuss about volume license. Under volume license you have this many options. So here you have 2 category. One is if you have a PC in your company from 5 to 250 PCs, you can use open value, non-company wide, open value, company wide, open value subscription. You can use this category. If you have a PC more than 250, you can use select plus, enterprise agreement, enterprise subscription agreement. This will be one more category, more than 255. So you can see here only, already I explained. open value non-company wide, open value company wide, select plus, enterprise agreement. These 6 categories are perpetual. Non-perpetual is open value subscription and enterprise subscription agreement will be non-perpetual. So here also we are going to discuss one by one what is open value and what is company wide, this and all. So first is about open license. So start with 5 licenses. That indicates we should purchase minimum 5 license. All product should be covered. That means the combination you should purchase, like 5 MS Office license, 5 Microsoft license, Microsoft license, Windows license of Windows on Windows 8, SharePoint some or SCCM some license, like this. That is about all products should be covered. Next, you will get an option while purchasing. Either you can purchase only license or license and software assurity, or only software assurity you can purchase. Any one of the thing you can buy the license. So 2-year agreement will be there. Upfront payment you have to do while doing the agreement. Media to be purchased separately. That means if you purchase one media is more than enough. And online services not offered. You won't get any kind of support. Support in a sense you won't get online services. Next is about open value. Open value once again divided into 2 types. One is non-company wide and company wide. Okay. What do I mean non-company wide, company wide? Non-company wide in the sense like example trust, education purpose they will be running. So company wide in the sense only for business purpose they have, what are the example, can give an example of Microsoft, IBM, this are all company wide. And education purpose we can call as non-company wide. So first we can discuss about open value enterprise. Here you have 3 categories of product. Here also it combines with Windows desktop operating system, Office, and enterprise CAL. It consists of, you will get Windows Server license, Exchange license, SharePoint license, and SCCM license. You can purchase unequal quantity allowed. What do you mean unequal quantity? I have 100 PCs, I can purchase 50 licenses, more than enough. So that's a reason why it is called as non-company wide. So example 50 OS, 20 Office, 5 CAL, client access license, like this. But minimum I should start with 5 license. Next you have open value enterprise. Same thing only, 3 years agreement will be there. Only one agreement they will provide. Upfront you should pay, or you can do annual payment also. Next is open value platform. Here you have 3 category of product. Here also there will be a combination. Same thing, Windows desktop operating system, Office, enterprise CAL. You will get Windows Server, Exchange Server, SharePoint CAL, as well as SCCM Server CAL license will be available. But here what is the thing? Equal quantity of above required. That indicates if in my company I have 50 pieces, I should purchase 50 license. There is no, like if I purchase 25, it's not enough. I should purchase 50 means 50 license. So that is about your company wide. So here also starting with minimum 5 license. You only get like 1 or 2, minimum 5 license you should purchase. So here also 3-year agreement, upfront or annual payment, media shipped free for every product. You will get a media here. So next we are going to discuss about select plus license. So works if PCs count more than 250, it should be more than 250 based on point per pool, how much PCs are available. All products will be covered. That means you will get all products, same thing only, like Office, Windows Server, and CAL license, enterprise CAL license will be combined. The total we can call as all product covered. So here also either you can use you can buy only license or license with assurity, or you can buy only software assurity. That based on while buying you can select any one kind of license. Next, no expire on agreement. Here you don't have expire of agreement. After expiring of agreement also you can continue. Next is single company wide agreement and pricing for all business unit. Then central reporting and license management will be there. one media set includes. You will get one media in this. It may be anything of your Windows, MS Office, as well as Exchange SharePoint, anything. You will get a media. Next is enterprise license. Here also work if PCs more than 250 based on qualified PCs. What do you make qualified PCs? Windows loaded PCs we can call as qualified PCs. Linux, Mac and all we can call as non-qualified PCs. For example, in my company I have 250, but I have only 50 Windows, remaining are Linux and Mac. Then they won't indicate as more than 250. As well as there are only 50 PCs we can calculate as qualified PCs. So here also Office Enterprise, Windows 7 Enterprise, Enterprise Cal, additional product will be covered in this license also. Here you will have, you should purchase license and software assurance, or you should purchase only software assurance. 3-year agreement will be there. Annual based on projection. One media set includes. Similarly, they will provide one media. Next is enterprise subscription. Work if PC counts more than 250 based on qualified desktop. Same thing only. So here Office, Enterprise, Windows 7, Enterprise Cal, additional product covered, license and SA. That means you should use license and software assurance, or you should buy out. Either any one of the things you have to do. Next, 3-year agreement, annual based on L and SA. That means based on the L and SA you have to pay. One media set included. Online services offered for this. So we can see the difference between open license is nothing but about your volume license, OEM and retail. What is the difference? We can take 4 points. One is about network installation rights, reimaging, downgrade rights, track license online. So what do you mean network installation rights? For example, I have a application. I will purchase a application on OEM. I should provide over the Citrix server. I should publish it over the network. Then if it is an OEM license or retail licensed application, it's not going to support. Only it will support for volume license, that is nothing but open. And in companies, if they have more PCs, what they will do, they will capture an image and they will deploy over the network, that we can call as reimaging rights. So once again, if it is they are having OEM or a retail, it's not going to support. Only for volume license reimaging will support. Then downgrade rights, volume license, OEM will support. Retail doesn't have any kind of downgrade rights. Tracking the license online, only for volume license you have that option. You can track the license, how many licenses are there, where and all it is assigned and all. OEM and retail you don't have tracking, just you should maintain software asset management. Using that you should maintain the license. So what we discussed about until now, we discussed about physical licensing. Nowadays everything is virtualized. Even you should have an idea on virtualization concept licensing. So licensing in virtualized environment, general rules, most product required virtual machine to be licensed in the same way as physical machine. For example, I have one physical license. If I have 2 virtual machine, if I want to load there also Windows as well as Exchange, I should purchase it. I can give an example, Windows Server 2008 standard, I should purchase. Exchange server, I should purchase. There is no free of cost. But there is the extended rights. Some product allow multiple virtual machine to be covered with one license. Example, if I purchase Windows Server 2008 Enterprise, or it may be Windows Server 2012 Data Center, anything I can use for virtual PC also. They will provide, you can use 2 virtual machine, 3 virtual machine, you can utilize same license, they will provide it. And similarly SQL also, they will provide for virtual machine extended rights. So like this way, the advantage is available in virtualization licensing. So here we are going to discuss about software assurance. What is the advantage of software assurance? Main thing, you will get new product versions and you will get training based on that. Upgradation rights will be available, the agreement is followed. then they will give technical support, so e-learning, training vouchers. So these and all options are advantage for software assurance. So software asset management, mainly in companies they have to do software asset management. All of these license type are an organized software assets. The management of this is called software asset management, that we can call as SAM. So software asset management, what is it? All of the infrastructure and processes necessary for the effective management, control and protect of the software asset within an organization throughout all the stage of their life cycle. So why it is important? Help companies not to overspend on license, help avoid fine. That indicates you only, if you have a big company, you only, sometimes we don't know how many PC are licensed, how many PCs are unlicensed. If Microsoft come into a company, if they checked, we have to pay a penalty or a fine. So to avoid this and all, we should maintain software asset management. We can buy this, I can monitor how many PCs licensed, how many PCs unlicensed, how many license we have. So this and all we can maintain. So management software assets, about via system center configuration manager only you can deploy the application and you can maintain it, of licensing also. So you can monitor via MSA, that we can call as managing software asset. So this is about your basic licensing. So based on the technology, even the licensing will be keep on changing. Please go through the Microsoft website, you will get the updates of the new technologies licensing concept. Even I will be keep on updating based on licensing. Thank you. Have a nice day.